face that very first step is going to be a consultation. So, once we have retrieved our ticket from the front desk, we're going to go and introduce ourselves to our client. And my client today is going to be Miss Jessie Morgan. Hi, Miss Morgan. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to Empire. I understand you're here for a basic facial today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to have you come step back with me into my chair. You will have a seat here. So wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
How's your day been so far?
Good.
Okay, you see how important it is to make certain that you greet your client upon getting your ticket, because that's going to make them very relaxed with it, because a lot of people, when they're coming into, especially a school, to get a service, they're very nervous. So we want to make them feel as comfortable as we possibly can. And with them making them feel comfortable, we have to be confident and assertive ourselves. Okay? So the first step with stepping into that treatment room is the consultation. So before I get started with my consultation with Miss Jessie, I need to make certain that I do what? Drape her, because we don't want to do a consultation without draping Miss Jessie. Okay, so since we're learning about the treatment room, and we don't necessarily have a treatment room here at Empire, we have a facial chair. So we're going to utilize that facial chair to the best of our ability. So what we want to do first is make certain that we drape our client. We can have you sit up for a moment, Miss Jessie. Right. We're going to use our styling cape, because this is going to act as our draping, as if we were in an actual treatment room. We want to make the client feel as comfortable as we possibly can. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to make certain that I have sanitized my hands once again. Let me go in and talk to Miss Jessie about some of her skincare concerns. So, would you like to tell me what brought you in today?
I got a little bit of blackheads.
Okay, blackheads, so that's a concern with the blackheads. Anything else?
Just wanted to treat myself.
Okay, so she just wanted to treat herself. So we need to make certain that we treat Miss Jessie very well while she's here at Empire. Okay, Miss Jessie. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with our consultation that we use here at Empire, which is our blueprint. And it's a guest consultation, and there are questions that you would ask Miss Jessie from your original blueprint. But since we are new to the Dermalogica products, we actually have a Dermalogica consultation card as well. If you all would look at the handout that you have on page 21, it has a Dermalogica guest consultation card. So we have our blueprint that we have for the consultation, but we also have our Dermalogica skincare treatment card. So both are going to give you the assistance that you need when it comes to consulting your clients. So you're going to gather a lot of information. On the salon floor, this is what we require you all to use is your blueprint. But that add-on for your Dermalogica skincare is going to be with that skin treatment card. So it's going to ask that client a series of questions, just as it would on your guest consultation, because that's going to be very important. So let's look at a question that they're asking. Is this your first facial treatment? So Miss Jessie, is this your first facial treatment?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, so we will mark that off as no. There is a question, are you using a glycolic acid on your skin? She doesn't know. So do you have a skincare regimen that you're using at home?
I went to the dermatologist and they gave me this acne vitamin liquid.
Okay, so it's a liquid. So that's letting you know that that could be some form of acid that she's using on her skin. So with Miss Jessie, I wouldn't necessarily want to go in and exfoliate her skin, because we're not really certain if the medication that she's received from the dermatologist actually has the glycolic acid in it. Because if we go in and we use that exfoliation on her skin and she's using glycolic acid, it's going to irritate her skin. Everybody get that? Because the glycolic acid is actually going in and thinning and breaking down the dead skin cells. And if we go in and add an additional exfoliant to it, it can cause her skin to be sensitized. So that's why it's really important to get the most information you can from your client. Following your blueprint, because that blueprint is that guideline for you to get that information. Okay, we have another question. Do you smoke?
No.
Why would we ask our client if they smoke, and all they're wanting to do is get a facial? Your client is answering. I'm sorry. Somebody tell me what smoking does to the skin. Does anyone know? Smoking can cause you to be dehydrated. It can cause that skin to be textured. It can also cause that skin to premature age. So that's one of those things we would want to know from our clients if they smoke, because that would be something that we can add to their treatment. Okay? All right. So, have you had skin cancer?
No.
Are you nursing?
No.
And it's important to know these things, because if a woman is nursing, that means she may be going through some hormonal changes, which could be causing those breakouts, which she was talking about earlier. She's prone to the acne breakout. So that would be something that we definitely want to make certain that we're asking our clients. Are you presently on any medication? Okay, birth control. Birth control is one of those medications that can actually cause drying to the skin. It can also help improve the skin. So it's according to how your body actually reacts to the birth control pill. So this is very important to know that anything that we put inside of our bodies is going to come out, ladies. Since we have ladies all in play, it comes out. It's going to come out in our hair, it comes out in our skin, and it comes out in other areas as well. Okay? So very important. So we also want to ask what facial products are they currently using, and she just let me know the products that she is using that is prescribed from her dermatologist. So that is what your blueprint actually has for you. Flipping over to page 37, it gives you your signs and conditions. So after you talk with your client, most people will think that they have oily skin when they don't necessarily have oily skin. Or some people will say, oh, I have dry skin, and they don't necessarily have that dry skin. It may be called, dry skin may be caused due to a condition, but that does not mean that is their skin type. So it's very important to listen to all of the information that the client is giving you, and making sure that you're looking at the signs and conditions, because most people have a combination of skin. We may have dry areas around our nose, or dry areas around our mouth, but that wouldn't necessarily make us have dry skin. Most people that experience those issues, a dryness around the nose or the mouth, may be experiencing it due to the weather. It could also be caused from dehydration because we're not drinking enough water, along with the congestion in the skin. Like a lot of ladies, we get it in our forehead, or we may get it on our cheeks or on our chin. And each one of those areas are going to indicate something different. So if it's in our chin area, that could be due to our hormones, ladies. If we have a breakout on the right side or the left side, that could be due to us ovulating. Even if we're not planning on having children, it could still be related to us actually ovulating. When it comes to the congestion, it could be simply that we didn't wash our makeup off the night before. So those could be some of those things. And maybe eating fatty foods. Those fatty foods can cause that congestion in the skin as well. So all of these things are going to be important for us to know through that consultation with that client, and also paying attention to those signs and those conditions. Okay? Do I have any questions about the consultation process? All right. How many of you all excited about stepping into the treatment room and getting that cleansing? You excited?
Yes.
About getting that cleansing?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are talking to your client in the consultation with your blueprint, be certain that you're marking off every area so there's no room for error. We don't want to leave anything to our memory. We want to always be able to go back and record everything that we talk to our client about. The most important part of the consultation is definitely making sure that you record. Okay, so our next step, we're going to go into the cleansing process. But before we actually go into the cleansing process, we need to talk about our machinery that we're actually our steamer here that actually has a vaporizer on it. I've already put my water in it, so it's important when we're getting ready for the day that when we're setting up our stations, this is a part of our station as well, is making certain that our skincare equipment is already set up. That way we're not running around the school trying to get everything together. If it's already filled, then once we went to greet our client, to let that client know that we would be ready for them in just a few minutes, then we can immediately go and turn on our machine. And it's going to take about 10 minutes for that machine to warm up. For this particular machine, it takes about 10 minutes. But I already had mine pre-prepared. It's already warm, so you already hear that it's beginning to bubble up. Also, you want to make certain that you have your magnifying lamp already ready, set up in the area as well, so that when it's time to do your facial treatment, you have what you need. Also, I have my products. Everything is already set up for the day. So if I have a client that's going to come in for a facial, everything is there. So I need to make sure I have a container that's going to have my clean steam towels in it. I have another container that I will be putting those towels once I've used them. I'll put them in a dirty container so that I can go and put those things in the machine as soon as I'm done with my client. So I have my products, I have my sanitizer, my disinfectant wipes, paper towels for me if I need to wipe my hands off, also a bowl of water because we need to continuously moisten our hands in order to emulsify the product once we're putting it on our client. Okay, so that's a part of our setup. Now let's get ready to get Miss Jessie cleansed. Alright, so we're going to have our client sit up. I want to make certain that I put a towel at the headrest because what I can do is also use this towel as a means to cleanse my hands while she's leaning back. That way I'm not having to constantly reach back. So I do have paper towels here as needed, but I also have this as a place to cleanse my hands as well. Also, we need to make certain that we protect our client by protecting her hair because she doesn't want to get any of our great skincare products in her beautiful red hair. She looks like she's ready to go through her missionary work. So once again, with us not being in a treatment room, we're actually performing our services on our salon clinic floor. We want to make certain that we assist our client in leaning back in the chair. So I'm going to move the lever, and I'm going to assist her in laying back. If you can come on back with me. Okay. All right. Have her nice and comfy. So make certain that her hands, her arms are underneath the cape. How many of you all have actually cut hair and your client's arms are sticking in the cape and they're getting it all on their blouse or their sweater? You want to make sure that the client has their arms secure up underneath the cape. All right, we see steam. So a part of our cleansing is going to be the steam. So what the steam does, the steam actually helps to remove the bacteria off of the skin. The steam also assists in opening up the pores. The steam also helps improve the circulation of the blood flow. So the steam actually has its healing benefits. You want to always make certain that your client is not uncomfortable with the steam. Is everything okay, Jessie? If at any time you get uncomfortable with the steam, please let me know. So those are the things that you want to let your client know, because some people that have seasonal allergies or people that have respiratory issues, they may not be able to receive as much steam. So you may want to push it away a little bit. Okay, so with that, I'm going to re-sanitize my hands because I touched the machine. So you'll find in skincare, you're going to be doing a lot of sanitizing of the hands. So we're beginning our portion of the cleansing by steaming the face, opening up the pores. And we're going to go in with our first skincare product, which is going to be the Pre-Cleanse by Dermalogic. Now, we had a client just on Monday that received a facial that was allergic to sunflower. So this product actually has sunflower oil in it. So we had to opt for another product. So what we did was just went in and double cleansed her with the special cleansing gel. So you do want to make certain that your client does not have any allergies to any other product that we're using. Now with this particular product line, it is a pH balance line. We use the professional line here, and what it is geared towards is all skin types. All skin types. So from dry to premature aging to oily to acne, you can use this particular line on the client. Okay. So I'm going to go in and make sure that I have product on my hands. You want to see how the product is on my hands. Don't be afraid. I've been seeing students that's been afraid to use the product. So what I want to do is go in and steam that product into my hands, because I don't want to go in and put cold hands on my client's face and send her into shock. So we're going to go in and spread the product on her skin. We officially have it spread it on the skin. Now we need to go in and start manipulating the product into the skin with our cleansing routine. So I want to go in and add just a little water to my hands. And as I go in and add the water, you see that it's beginning to emulsify. So this is going to go in and assist in removing whatever dirt, oil, and buildup that she has on her skin. You always want to go in an upward motion when you are working on your client's skin. We want to have a happy face, not a sad face. Going down on the nose. You want to pay attention to the lips, because a lot of times when we're doing cleansing, we don't pay attention to the areas around the lip. And that's actually one of those zones of the face, is the lips. The ears are a part of the face, and so is the neck. So once again, making certain that you are paying attention to the area around the nose, around the mouth, the chin. And see, this is when you actually get to go in and use all of those fun facial manipulations that we learned in pre-salon. Found her ears, there they are. Now, since we aren't in a full treatment room, we're not able to go down to the décolleté, which is the lower portion of the neck and close to the shoulders. We're only able to go to the top portion of the neck, right up under the chin, the cheeks, the ears, nose, eyes, forehead. So you want to do a nice, thorough cleansing routine with that pre-cleanse. How you feel, Jessie? Okay. All right, now that I have our first cleansing, you want to go in and remove that cleanser with a nice, clean, steam towel. Now, whenever you're doing a basic facial should be about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. Going in, you're not afraid to wipe the lips. Cleansing around that nose. Making sure you get the product off of the ears. And you want to make sure you ask your client if her skin feels okay. If it feels sticky anywhere. Has anyone ever received a facial and your skin felt sticky after you got cleansed? So that meant that the product wasn't properly removed from the skin. Okay, we're going to towel. We're gonna put it in our what bin? Dirty bin. Okay. So we have a two-step cleansing process. We pre-cleanse the skin. Now we're gonna go in to actually cleanse the skin with the special cleansing gel. And with this particular gel, it is going to instantly burst into lather. You see that? So that tells you if it's instantly bursting into lather, it's going to do what to the skin? It's going to assist in giving you a really good cleansing. So if this product is geared towards all skin types, then do you think I could use it on sensitive skin?
It's special, yes.
Yes, it's special. So you want to go in and make certain that you're really going in and facilitating a deep cleanse with your facial manipulations, going in with some chin frictions, working around that mouth. You want to make sure Miss Jessie's skin is really, really clean. Is the steam still okay for you? Okay, so the steam is still good for it. Now, this is a good time for me to use my towel that I placed behind the chair, because this is going to allow me to go open up my new bin to remove the cleanser off of the face. Now, we do have a towel warmer that we could use as well, but if the towel warmer is not available, you have another tool that you could use is by putting warm towels inside of your clean storage bins. So you can allow that to sit for a few minutes. This is time elapsed, so my few minutes are up. And oftentimes when therapists are cleansing skin or students are cleansing skin, the people are afraid of going around the nose and the mouth. Don't be afraid, because this is what she came in for. She came in for us to give her a really nice cleansing treatment. So you have to step around and make certain that you look to see if you see any product around her nose, any product around the mouth. Anybody have any questions so far? Does everyone see how I'm actually using the towel? I'm using the entire towel. If I need to flip it over or inside out, it is still warm, I can do it. You know, making sure that I'm bringing everything upward, not dragging the skin. Everything is in a nice upward motion. Besides, on the nose, we don't want to bring our nose up. Being very gentle around the eyes. How's your skin feel, Jessie? She's enjoying it. Okay, so we finished our cleansing routine. Now comes the fun part when we actually go into the face mapping. Because what most cosmetologists do, we just go in, cleanse the face, and after we cleanse the face, then we're ready to go into the exfoliation or the massage. When we actually need to go to see what is actually going on with the skin. And we really can't see what's going on with the skin until it has been thoroughly cleansed. So this would be the time that we would actually turn off our steamer. We would move that steamer out of the way, smooth it over. And this is when we'll actually come in with our magnifying lamp. We want to make sure that our client kept their eyes closed. And this is going to allow us to see what is truly going on with the skin. So we're not using the naked eye, we're actually having the use of a magnifying lamp at this time. So this is going to allow us to see if there is any congestion in the skin. It's also going to allow us to see if there are any breakouts, if she has any dilated and we also have to touch to see and feel if there's any texture in the skin. So I'm going to have Ashley come up. Ashley, I want you to look at Jessie's face. Look at her skin with your naked eye. And now I want you to look at it with the magnifying glass. There it goes. My light is acting up. There we go. And now I want you to look at it in the magnifying glass and tell me, can you see something now that you didn't see with your naked eye? So tell me what you see.
Whereas I can see there's a lot clearer. There's a little bit of redness on the cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you could see more than you would have seen on with your naked eye. Let me get someone else to come up. Jenny, you come up and look at her skin. I want you to remove the magnifying lamp and then put the magnifying lamp on her to see. And tell us what you see. Smooth up.
Just see a little bit of redness.
Okay.
Okay. Along the forehead,
Okay.
just a few freckles, and just a little congested area right there.
Okay, now use the magnifying lamp.
I see fine lines right around the eyes.
Uh-huh.
And I see the blackheads that she was talking about.
Okay.
The redness is a lot more pronounced
Okay.
with the magnifying glass.
All right, so with that being said, thank you, Jenny. With that being said, all of the things that we could not see without the magnifying lamp and things that Jessie could not see, we now have been able to analyze with our magnifying lamp. So, though she came in only for a basic facial today, when we actually map out, like on the 14 zones for dermatologic, if you turn to page 13, what it's going to give us is a guideline to offer treatment to Jessie on her next visit. And it's also going to allow us to talk to her about using our retail products. Because now we'll be able to focus in on those blackheads and those breakouts, and we'll be able to take her up to the front retail area and talk to her about the products that would benefit the issues that she had going on with her skin. We're not going to tell her what's wrong, like, oh my gosh, everything is wrong. We want to tell her how our products are going to benefit her skin. So this would be for those treatments. So what we would do from that point, once we've analyzed everything with the magnifying lamp, we would want to go in and write down in each area the zones of the face, the 14 zones, and write down the areas that we saw the breakouts, the areas where the congestion were, anywhere that we felt texture in the skin. So that's where we would map that out. So everybody make certain that you're looking on page 13, and you'll see that in those 14 zones, we can actually map out a treatment for each one of those areas. It would not be a part of our treatment today because she specifically came in for that basic facial, but it would be definitely something that we can bring her back time, remove it out of the way. And then our next step is going to be moving into the professional exfoliation. So with this particular client, would we be moving into exfoliation? Why? Products that her dermatologist prescribed, and I heard Mina say something else. It's a basic facial. So what is a basic facial? Here. It's a cleanse, massage, moisture, tone, and moisturize. So there we are, our basic facial. So there would be no need for us to move into the professional exfoliation at this point, because that is what this particular client is receiving. However, if she were a client that was receiving professional exfoliation, we would need to make certain that we chose the proper exfoliation for her skin. And with it being a professional line, which would be a product that we could use on all skin types, we would be able to use that skin prep scrub or our daily microfoliant, as if that person was getting a exfoliation, and that would go in with which facial? Spa facial. Oh, wait. Spa facial, yes. So, since Miss Jessie is only getting her basic facial today, we're going to move into her massage. Okay? So I need to re-sanitize my hands because I've touched my machines over here and I picked up my papers. So now we're going into the massage. So this is one of those areas that the clients, they really, really want to enjoy. So this is not a good time to be talking to your friends on the salon floor. This is also a good time that you could turn back on your steamer if you like. If I could have a volunteer come up and turn my steamer on for me. And there's also another feature on this steamer here, and it's called your vaporizer. And what that vaporizer does, it's also used to go in and help remove the bacteria off of the skin. It's also a great feature to help make the skin look younger as well. And make sure you spread that product properly. I'm going to go in and give Miss Jessie a nice, relaxing massage. Did anybody tell me how long a facial massage should be? If we have 30 minutes for a basic facial, how long do you think our massage should be? 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. This would be a great time to have some nice, soothing music. But she doesn't have to hear a thing. Those hands are actually playing the music. Look at my violin, my harp, with my flutes. So very nice and relaxing. Do I have any questions so far? Somebody tell me. In fact, I'm just going to call a name now. Miss Brenda, what was our first product that we used on Jessie? The pre-cleanse. Okay. And what ingredient did I say the pre-cleanse had in it? Sunflower oil. And a lot of people feel as though with the pre-cleanse, since it is an oil, that you can't use it on oily skin. But what skin types can you use this gray line on? All skin types. So oil actually attracts oil. it on her ears, because her ears are part of her face for her massage. Also on her neck. Nice and relaxed. We're going to make sure we secure her draping for her hair. You always want to start your massages with effleurage, and you want to end them with what? Effleurage. You don't want to end them facial massage with vibration. You want to end it with a nice, delicate effleurage touch. Okay? Now, moving along to our toner, as well as our moisturizer. Can someone tell me the purpose of using a toner? Purpose of using a toner. My class is quiet.
It's gonna close up the pore, it removes the rest of, what's on the skin and closes up the pores, no?
Okay, you can use your toner to actually assist in removing product, but you can also use your toner is actually used to help for you to receive more moisture in the skin. So what it's doing is adding moisture to the skin, and when you put the moisturizer on top of that toner, it's going to assist in that skin receiving the most moisture that it can. But toners do have multiple purposes, so you were absolutely right, Jenny. You can use it to remove product with as well. You can also use toner to cleanse the skin. You can use toner to hydrate the skin, especially when we have those hot flashes. So it helps hydrate the skin as well. So that's what it's doing. It's assisting that moisturizer in giving us the best skin hydration that we can get. How we feeling, Jessie? Don't forget the ears. Remember, we have massage cream on the ears. It's very nice. Now, if Jessie were we're getting a spa facial, we would go into our mask, but since she's only getting a basic facial, we're going to go into our toning and our moisturizer. So with the toner, shake it up, shake it up. Okay. We want to make certain our client keeps her eyes closed. We're going to go in and spray. Make certain that skin really is fully moisturized, saturated with that toner. Then we would go in and add our moisturizer. And there would be a moisturizer of choice. You're going to have an active moisturizer. That active moisturizer is going to be lightweight on the skin. Or you can go in with your skin smoothing cream, and that's going to be your heavier moisturizer. That's for those people that feel like that have drier skin. That active moist has less, of your moisturizing agents in it, so you don't have to worry about it being too heavy on the skin. And you're still applying your moisturizer in a nice, light effleurage motion. Making Miss Jessie's ears or moisturize. And we're gonna turn the steamer off. If I could get someone to turn the steamer off for me. Just turn it all the way off. There we go. We'll lift it up. Move it away from the client. Okay, after we moisturize the client's skin, more than likely she's probably going to be asleep. Is you okay? Having clients fall asleep lately on us. So what you want to do is let the client know that we're all done. And you're going to assist them in lifting up. Let me wipe my hands off first. Then assist her in lifting up in the chair. Okay. We're gonna remove that draping. Do we have a happy client here?
Yes.
Oh, wow, let's take a look at her skin. It's glowing. Okay, and now is going to be the time that we're going to begin to do our prescriptions. So we're gonna prescribe to our client. So we wanna talk to Jessie about the areas of concern that we recorded in our face mapping. So Jessie, what we noticed in your skin analysis that you had a few breakouts, which you did discuss with me during the consultation. Also, there was a little congestion that we spotted in the skin and some hyperpigmentation, which means redness in the skin. So what I would like to do is take you to our retail area and talk to you about some of the products that would benefit those areas of concern. Okay, so she's ready to go up to the front desk. So we would then undrape our client. You can have everything okay. You definitely want to make sure they're good and steady before they get up. You may even have to escort them. You okay? All right, so we're gonna escort Miss Jessie right on up to the front desk because she is just that relaxed. So Miss Jessie, we will rebook you for a 2-week appointment. We're also gonna discuss the retail products with you here at the front desk. Okay? Thank you for coming in. What are we finding out in that consultation?
Drugs, the client's using, his nursing, smokes.
Okay, and after we're done with the 2 cleansings, what do we do? After we cleanse the skin, what is our next step?
Going with the steam towel.
You're moving with the steam towels, but what are we gonna do after we do our cleansing?
Face mapping.
Face mapping, that's very important. So what are we gonna be looking for in the face mapping?
Analyze the skin.
Then analyze the skin, but what are we looking for? Breakouts, dryness, hyperpigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles. Okay, and when we see these things, what is it assisting us in for the future? How to take care of those problems. Treatment, so we should hear treatment. That word should be coming to mind, treatment. Remember, we're master cosmetologists. We're in the healthy hair, skin, and nail care business. So it's gonna be important to know how to prescribe things to our clients. So that when we go to the doctor, and we get a checkup, they check us out thoroughly. They don't just look at us and say, oh, you have a fever. They literally have to analyze us. They have to give us a physical, check our temperature. So that's exactly what we're doing when we're using our magnifying lamp. That is where we're analyzing to find out what's going on with our clients. So, face mapping, and then we'll move into our exfoliation, only if a client is getting what? A spa facial. And then we have to choose the appropriate exfoliation, but when would we not side, in the chair, and then we escort our client to where? To the front desk, where our retail products are. Because we don't necessarily have those retail products at our station, those products are at the front in our retail area. So what should we be doing also when we're talking to our client in the chair, when we're prescribing, we should be talking about pre-booking. Pre-booking, so we wanna make certain that we talk to the client about their prescription, as well as rebooking, and then when we get to the front desk, that is when we retail and make certain that appointment is booked, okay?